Wake up, brothers and sisters. He'll be here soon. I'm about to show you something, and you're going to have to ask yourself a question. Does your God have the power to do this very thing? Or have you become like those from 2 Timothy 3 that would have a form of godliness but deny his power? Do you believe that God would mention Chernobyl, the worst nuclear disaster the world had ever seen, in the scriptures? Many today are waiting for the trumpets of Revelation to sound. Why is it that the 20th and the 21st century have to be absent from Scripture? Notice here, God wrote Revelations 8:10 on the face of the earth. We can see what appears to be two separate angels, both with trumpets, one next to the 8:10 and one standing off to the side. In Revelations 8:10, a star falls from heaven named wormwood, and it falls on the waters, and the waters are made bitter. Many today don't know, but if you were reading a Russian Bible, it would say, and the name of the star is Chernobyl. The third trumpet sounded on April 26th of 1986. The worst nuclear disaster the world had ever seen. God wrote it in the scriptures, and he also placed it on the earth right at Chernobyl. If the third trumpet sounded, that means that the second trumpet sounded as well. And remember, John sees something like a great mountain burning with fire thrown into the ocean, and he also mentions that a third of the ships were destroyed. Do you think that God would forget to mention the worst world war the world had ever seen, with over 50 million people dead? Do you think God would forget to mention the first atomic bombs dropped on the island of Japan in the middle of the ocean? Notice also that when you do a search to see how many ships participated in World War II, you'll see that 105,127 ships and over 36,000 were destroyed. That's 1/3 of the ships. We are living in the days of the book of Revelations. The trumpets are sounding, and World War II was the second trumpet. God did not forget to mention the worst world war we had ever seen, and the first atomic bombs dropped on the island of Japan. Notice here in Japan that God depicted the fire of the mountain that was thrown into the sea. God wrote the entire biblical account on the face of the earth. Notice here, Jesus risen in the tomb. We're looking from inside the tomb, looking out. Also, do you remember from Genesis 3:15 that one day Jesus would crush the head of the serpent? This biblical account can be seen in between South America and Antarctica. If you would like to see more of these biblical images on the earth, you can go to our YouTube or TikTok channel. We now have over 60 biblical images found on